Hey guys, and welcome back to Cooking for the Missus. Today you'll be happy to know I've finally made a pudding. We're going to be making an apple pie. Here's an overview on what I'm going to be using. There is a full list of ingredients down in the description below, guys. As always, if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share this video and subscribe to my channel to become part of the family. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get on with the pastry. So we're going to pop a flour into a food processor. So I like to use a food processor because I'm not handling it that much. If you've got really warm hands and you try and handle it too much, it can ruin the dough. Blitz that together until you get the consistency of breadcrumbs. Then you're just going to add about 6 tablespoons of ice cold water. Blend that together again until your dough forms and it looks all pretty and nice. Once your dough's formed, you just want to wrap it in cling film and put it in the fridge for about an hour just to firm up. Next off, we're going to get ourselves some apples prepped. So I'm using about 3 nice sized Bramley apples here. Just use a speed peeler to take all the skins off from the outside. Chuck that into a bowl. Now what you want to do is get yourself either a lemon or a lime. The only reason we're using this, it will add a little bit of flavour, but it's mainly to stop the apple from discolouring. Just give that a mix up to make sure the lime juice is all over the outside. Once you've done that to all your apples, we're just going to decore them now. So once you've decored your apples, just slice them into nice sized chunks. Size of the chunks that you use is entirely up to you. I like to keep mine quite thick and rustic. You can do them nice and thin if you don't like big chunky apples. Just do that to all 3 apples. All you want to do is just give them a good mix together. Get back here, where are you going? Just give that a good mix together in the lime juice just to stop all the pieces of apple from discolouring. Then you want to add about 100 grams of caster sugar, just to make it nice and sweet, and about a tablespoon of ground cinnamon. Give them a right good mix together. You'll find over time all the juice will come out of the apples and they'll be beautiful. So after your pastry's had about an hour in the fridge, just take it out and pop it to one side. You just want to rub all of your dish with some butter just to stop your pie from sticking when it goes in the oven. Get yourself some plain flour. All we're going to do is just lightly dust the board, and don't forget to put some flour on your rolling pin as well. The last thing you want to do is get your pastry to stick to the rolling pin. So unwrap your pastry. We're going to cut this into, I probably want about 1/3 of it for the lid. So 2/3 for the base and 1/3 for the lid. It's entirely up to you how thick you like your pastry. I like mine to be quite thin. I like my pie to be quite light. I don't like it really heavy. If you do like a heavier pie, then just make sure you roll your pastry just a little bit thicker than I do. Got a good trick for you here of how to put the base into the dish. So what you want to do is just get your rolling pin, roll your pastry over. Bring your dish back, and then that makes it really easy just to roll over. What you want to do is just make sure that you push the pastry right the way in. You want it to be nice and snug inside that dish, so no air can get in between the pastry and the dish. So once you've got your pastry nice in there, what you want to do is just trim off any excess from the outside. Don't throw this excess pastry away because we are going to use it in a bit to make some fancy little shapes to go on the top. We're going to go all la-di-da with this one. Just get yourself a fork and pin the bottom. If you were making a quiche or something like that, you'd blind bake this for 10 to 15 minutes, but because we're making a pie, we're not going to bother. So with your pastry that's left over, you just want to rinse and repeat the process again. Just make yourself a nice round piece of pastry. Obviously this is going to be the lid. Get yourself 1 egg. We're just going to beat that up. We're going to use this as the egg wash, and it's also going to stick the base to the lid. Bring back your base. And what we're going to do now is we're going to layer all the apple inside. Make sure you leave plenty of room for the apples to go in there. We want to try and make sure we fill it all the way to the top. Get as much apple in there as you possibly can. Get the filling nice and full. Pop your lid back on again. And this is where the egg wash is going to come in. So you're just going to put a little bit of egg wash around the side just to stick the lid to the base. Trim off any excess again. Like I say, this is going to be kept, so don't throw this away because we want to make some fancy little shapes to go on the top. Once you're happy that your lid is stuck to the base, just make a little slit in the top, a little cross. That's just going to allow all the steam to release from the pie while it's cooking. Once you've done that, a final egg wash on top of the pie, a good sprinkling of caster sugar over the top. It's entirely up to you how much you use, but I like it nice and sweet, so I put loads on. So with the pastry that's left over, what we're going to do now is we're going to make some fancy little shapes. I've just made some little leaf shapes. It's entirely up to you what you put on the top, but just make sure you keep it clean just in case there's any kids nearby. Using the back of a knife, literally just making the little shapes of the leaf to go on the top. I'm going to make 4 of these and put them either side of my slit. Then what you want to do is once they're on, just give it a final egg wash, a final sprinkling of sugar over the top. You're going to want to put this in the oven for about 35 to 45 minutes until it's nice and brown and crispy. And there we go guys, that's the end of the recipe. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy this video, like I say, please subscribe to my channel to become part of the family, and I will see you in my next video. See you next time guys.